It's Wednesday. That's hump day. Favorite day of the week, hump day. Remember that camel about hump day? It's hump day. Hump day, Wednesday, favorite day of the week. Well, guess what? Every day is my favorite day of the week, especially when I'm giving encouragement. So today is no different than any other day. So let's go. Good morning, people. Good morning. It's your boy, Comet Chat. I'm the host of the show, and guess what? Like any other show, we start off the same way. No need to deviate, and that is asking you good people out there to subscribe. If this is your first time ever laying eyes on my show, ever laying eyes on me, I need you to subscribe. I need you to hit that notification bell because I don't want you to miss any material that I upload in the future. Also, I need you to give me a thumbs up, a like. Also, I need you to leave me a comment because I read all your comments and I always respond back to your comments. And last but not least, I need you, I need you, I need you, I want you, I want you, I want you to watch this video in its entirety. From the start to the finish. From the beginning to the end. The reason why, because if you type in comment chat, you watch my video, that helps put me in a certain order on YouTube. And it's easier to find. So when you punch in comment chat, it may go to my channel. You can watch all the material that I uploaded in the past. All the encouragement series you can watch from beginning to end. As you can see, this is episode 22. Episode 22. So I've done 22 of these things so far. So let's get it going. Now, this morning, as you can see right here, the word of the day is boom. Boom, boom, boom. Preparation, preparation, preparation. That is the word of the day. And as always, I give you the definition of the word of the day. The definition is the action or process of making ready or being made ready for use or consideration. Again, preparation. The definition is the action of or process of making ready or being made ready for use or consideration. Today's scripture about preparation comes from 2 Timothy, 2nd chapter, 21st verse, and it says, "Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from these things, he will be a vessel for honor, sanctified, useful to the master, prepared for every good work." Let me say that one more time. Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from these things, he will be a vessel for honor, sanctified, useful to the master, prepared for every good work. And ending up my trifecta, like I always do, is the quote of the day. And the quote of the day is, "Opportunity does not waste time with those who are unprepared." Let me see that one more time. Opportunity does not waste time with those who are unprepared. And my thoughts on this is, this quote is so very true in my opinion, because how many times have we all missed out on a good opportunity because we said, I'll get it next time. No big time, no big deal, no worries. And some things that may be true, and there may be a next time, but there are times when the window of opportunity slams squarely on our fingers and you find yourself with injured fingers and a missed opportunity. Procrastination is the direct route to a town called failure. We all have visited this town from time to time. And the facts of the matter is that some of us rent a room and stay there for a short time, while others take out a loan and buy a house and permanently stay there in good old little town called failure. The longer you stay in this town called failure, it can become a generational lifestyle. Woo, let me say it one more time. I want you to hear that. The longer you stay in this town called failure, it can become a generational lifestyle. Your children will see firsthand your content attitude being there, living there, and they will develop the same thought process and habits. Whoo! Good Lord, I was in my bag when I said that one. I'm going to say that one more time. God, that felt good to me. In my spirit, that felt good. I want to hammer this point home. The longer you stay in this town called failure, it can become a generational lifestyle. Your children will see firsthand your content attitude being there and develop those same thought processes and habits. If you stay in the fair community too long, you will find and develop others that have been lifelong residents there. And if you're not careful, they will strengthen and become a tether to keep you from leaving the town called fair. As we know, misery loves company. It is up to all of us to remember that by preparing for what we want and putting in the necessary work, that is one way we can stay out of a town called failure. Denzel Washington says it best, and I got I got a Marine Corps Eagle Global anchor in my office, and it says under that, consistency plus discipline equals success. I say that's a very sound formula. It's even better if you add preparation. Even better if you add preparation. That is so very powerful. And now, preparation. Have any of you ever watched that TV show called The A-Team? The TV show. They made a movie about it. And in this movie, I'm going to set it up. I'm going to show you a small little clip. The actor that plays Hannibal, he's talking to this guy. He said, if you give me enough time to get prepared, I'm good. If you give me a longer time, I'm great. If you give me an even longer time, unbeatable. This right here is what he said about it. I want to play it for everybody. Bum, 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 bum.
Give me a minute. I'm good. I've got an hour. I'm great. You give me 6 months. I'm unbeatable. I don't like time, Rich. Give me a minute. I'm good. I've got an hour. I'm great. You give me 6 months. I'm unbeatable.
Wow, Hannibal said it best. He said, you give me 1 minute, I'm good. You give me 1 hour, I'm great. You give me 6 months, I am unbeatable. Preparation. I can't say it enough. Preparation is the key to success. There is a saying, and it says, luck is created when preparation meets opportunity. That's create luck. How many of us, when we go to a job interview, when we go meet our wife or step to our future wives or husbands for the first time, are we prepared, or are we just flying on top of our head? Sometimes that can be successful. A lot of times, in things that really matter, you got to be prepared, because when you decide to ask someone, especially if you're a man, I'm speaking from the man's point of view. I asked my wife, I had to have been financially able to support her. I was at the time, but it was tough. It still was tough. Both of us was working. It was financially a struggle at first. But I loved her. But I was prepared to make sacrifices, which I did. And now, 28 years later, we're in a much greater place. But I could have been better prepared. But I see some people get into marriages, get into relationships. They aren't prepared. They aren't prepared to become a father, a parent. They aren't prepared to buy a house. They aren't prepared to buy a car. They aren't prepared to provide. It leads to failure. Same thing if you go to a job interview. If you don't prepare and you learn about the particular job that you're going for, you don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about the company. You don't know anything about that CEO or that sheriff or that chief or whatever the title it is, and running that company or that particular office. You don't know their philosophy. A lot of times you can come in there and not get the job because you weren't prepared. Just like if you're a student, you're taking a test. You think you're just going to listen in class and not go home and study, write down notes, refresh your memory. A lot of times there are some people that are exceptions to the rule, that they can just listen, they can naturally gather, they can just skim over something, they can pick it up. But most of us, we have to prepare. We got to prepare for that test, especially that hard test, the one that counts. You want to make sure that you have the best notes possible, that you pay attention in class. If you find yourself getting sleepy, get up and stand up, take breaks. Make sure you go over the material over and over and over. One thing that to me that would be very, very intimidating, like being a preacher. You get a big congregation, and every Sunday, that Saturday night, you got to prepare, or I don't know if it takes you that whole week, but that Saturday night, if you aren't prepared, you're going to have butterflies in your stomach, because to me that is an awesome responsibility being a preacher. And trying to say a sermon or give the word or give the message, and you're not prepared. You got to study that Bible. You got to make sure you write down notes. You got to make sure you mull things over in your head. You got to make sure facts are right. You got to make sure scriptures are right. You got to make sure things that you say are morally right. You got to make sure things you saying are correct, because there are people in the congregation that's reading behind you, and then you say something that's wrong or crazy. Pastor, he don't know what he talking about. Da 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 da. So to me, being a preacher is one of the most awesome responsibilities you can be, because you are essentially the shepherd of that entire flock. You got to make sure, first of all, you living right. Make sure that what you say and your appearance and your perception that you project is correct. And you just got to make sure that's an awesome responsibility. That to me seems to be a pressure cooker, trying to come up with different sermons each and every Sunday. I would love to see that process one day, because I'm sure it's a fascinating process. Also, being a doctor, a surgeon, the things you got to study, the stuff you have to keep reading, the newest updates to all the medical breakthroughs and stuff. You have to constantly keep reading those books and educate yourself and learn different techniques and consult with different doctors and learn different things, because things that happen or that was working 6 months ago, there may be a breakthrough or something that's even more advanced, even more safer, even better than it was 6 months ago. And if you don't read and keep yourself abreast of that information, you could be outdated, and that could cause you somebody's life if it's some new technique that you don't know, or some new medication that's out there. So I can imagine the preparation of being a doctor is also a tremendous responsibility. No preparation of being law enforcement. You got to prepare yourself, because there's so many different aspects of law enforcement. There's drugs and narcotics. There's patrol. There's investigations. There's a SWAT team. There's domestic violence investigators, and there's specialized investigators like CSU, criminal sexual conduct investigators, property crime investigators, white collar crimes, blue collar crimes, civil division, warrants division, SRO, school resource officer. It's just so many different aspects and different aspects and different things of being in law enforcement, that I know that if the proper preparation isn't done, then it can be totally just crazy. So preparation is definitely something that you have to do if you want to be successful. Preparation plus opportunity creates luck. So make sure in every aspect of your life you have to be prepared. I know when I bought my house 3 years ago, I was prepared to do it, because I knew what I was making financially. I knew what I could stand, and I had saved money. I had read, did all the research, and when it was time to pull the trigger on it, I was prepared. There was no surprises. I told my realtor, look, this is what I can pay. This is what I can't. Let's make sure we find a house right there in the middle, and not at the bottom and not at the extreme top. Somewhere in the middle, a happy medium. Let's find that. It took us about 26, 27 days. We found the house. We closed probably in about maybe 2 weeks or less, maybe. It was a very pleasant, stressful, but very pleasant experience, because I was in and out of my house, from renting my house to owning in my house now, where I own, in less than 32 days, I think it was. So, but I was prepared. Like whenever they called, I was right. I had the phone right here. Boom! I need this. Sent the document. I need this signed. So sign it. Send it. I need this email. Went and email it. Check stubs. All that stuff. I prepared, because she told me you got to live by your phone for these next few days, next few weeks. I live by my phone. I prepared. So when it was time to sign the house, everything was checked, ready to go. It was a success because I was prepared. I know some people that aren't prepared, and buying a house can be a nightmare. Buying a car can be a nightmare. I helped my daughter buy a car, and I took all my check stubs and stuff. I was prepared because I knew in the past what you had to have. So when it came time to do it, I could produce it. But lo and behold, I didn't need to produce it. They were saying, "Oh no, this is the honor system." It's an honor system. So you mean to tell me I ain't gotta tell you or show you how much I'm making? Nope. Craziest thing I ever seen. But here, 3 years later, my daughter still has a car, and she's doing fine with it. But I was prepared. Nonetheless, I was prepared. So in life, if you're going to be successful, you want to, and I'm not guaranteed that you're going to get everything you want to, but I guarantee you're going to increase your success rate if you are prepared. If you're going somewhere half butt, you're going to mess up. If you're going in something not prepared, and somebody else is prepared, they're going to outshine you, and it could cost you the job. But sometimes there's a saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Sometimes that can come into play. If this is a situation of not what you know, but who you know, and maybe not being prepared could be something that gets you over because you know somebody, but that's not always going to be the case. It's always better to be over prepared than under prepared. I can tell you that right now. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So being prepared is something that I can't stress enough if you want to be successful in life. Any aspect of your life, being a preacher, teacher, police officer, student, husband, wife, child, it don't matter. Every aspect of your life, you need to be prepared if you want to be, you're going to have a very high success rate versus a low success rate. And then sometimes you can be prepared and somebody just a little bit more prepared or better than you. That's all good. But if somebody is going to get the job or the position, and it's based strictly on what you know, not who you know, but what you know, and they're more prepared than you or you didn't get it out, then that's okay. You can live with that. I can live with that if somebody is just genuinely more prepared or better than I was in a particular interview or whatever the case may be. But if I know that I kind of went in there not at full strength and I just kind of flew by the seat of my pants, then no, that don't make me, that I would be very mad at myself and disappointed at myself. So everything I try to do, I try to be prepared as possible, prepared as humanly possible. And for those of you that's coming in late, I'm going to tell you what the definition of prepared is one more time before we get out of here. That's conforming with generally accepted standards or respectable or moral behavior. Ooh, sorry. Wrong word. That's for tomorrow. Wrong word. Sorry. Prepared is the action or process of making ready or being made ready for use or consideration. Preparation, the action of process of making ready or being ready for use of consideration. The scripture, again, is from 2 Timothy, 2nd chapter, 21st verse, says, "Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from these things, he will be a vessel for honor, sanctified, useful to the master, prepared for every good work." In the quote of the day, yes, the opportunity does not waste time with those who are unprepared. That is a Dannyism there. I'm going to claim that one too. Opportunity does not waste time with those who are unprepared. So, having said that, that's my word of the day. Those are my 2 cents on that. And again, tomorrow, as you saw right there, I did a blunder and showed you the word of the day. But the word of the day for tomorrow is decent. So make sure you tune in. 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I release this every Monday through Friday. Fridays, I usually do it where I'm live in the chat. So if you're up that early 7 o'clock, I will be live in the chat. You can actually converse with me as the video is actually playing. I will say stuff you can see in the live chat, and we can talk back and forth if you want to do that. But every Friday, I do that. And usually I try to have my videos between 20 minutes. So please, if you're not doing anything, 7 o'clock Friday morning, come check me out. I'll be live in the chat. So until tomorrow, be safe, be blessed. Like I always say, I'll be here tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, peace.